I'm going to talk how to build your life. Build your life, we will use an analogy. Build your life and a Lego house are the same steps and they are six. The first one is to know your bases. The second is lose the fear. The third is my plan. Fourth, search your bases. Five, build your team. And finally, build. So ask yourself, what do you want to build? Do you already have it clear? Imagine that I give you a choice between two terrains. The first is a 2 for 2 mirror slot, and the number two is a land of 100 hectares in which would you like to build your life. Even if you say, I want a small house that fits perfectly in the small land, you might want a mansion which will not fit in the small land, only in the large one. And also, the small house can fit in the number one land. It can also fit in the ground number two. So, what makes this land so big? A professor I really admire, David Noel Ramirez, said that a man who doesn't know where he comes from is a man who does not know where he's going. Other people who have been part of our lives today are part of ourselves. What is impressive is that they are not only people that I have also met. My favorite authors, artists, stories of other people that are here to other people. There's something called the Golden Circle by Simon Sinek. It speaks of the fact that there are four levels in people that and big companies must have it to and it defines success. The first circle is the circle of the what. The second one, how, then why, and finally for what. And you must ask yourself why you came to the world. Later, why did you came to that? Then how are you going to do it? And finally, what are you going to do? And what will be important and will never change is the first question. Build our life from the inside out. Step 2. Lose your fear or rather beat them. What is the fear? It's a reaction of your body that makes you completely alert, that can help you run or paralyze. Imagine that you have a giant lion in front of you. Some people run away, face it, and run to attack or become paralyzed. Imagine ideas of your biggest fear was being something physical. Would you represent it? Just like the Harry Potter Bogart. When you have it visualizing, think, who are you? Who runs? He who attacks him or he who stands still? As a great philosopher friend called Ezekiel would say, this life is about evolving or distinguishing. And evolving requires doing things. Isn't enough used to say, I fear heights or spiders? Your fear is the height, or you fear to fall? Are you afraid of spiders, or to their bites, or to become a Spider Man? The best example is to undertake to be afraid of what people will say if it works, or when you declare yourself to a girl is the greatest fear of a young man. But what happens if he says yes? What happens if everything goes perfectly? But after all, the fear is within you, and therefore you are the bigger than he. There is a movie called We Bogaso, in which they say that 20 seconds of value are enough to do things, and many times it does not last longer that than that, and once the moment passes. Fear is overcome. Sometimes to reach the great actions of our life is necessary to take 20 seconds of value. Step 3. Plan. Run your head a house in just 50 seconds. The funny thing about this is that the most of people draw the same. Draw a square with a door in the middle, two windows and a triangular roof with a tree. And it's because they have always taught us that houses are like that, even if they are not. And yet, when they ask us to draw a house, we draw that. And the bad thing is that everyone has tried used to dream the same. The point on the first step is to plan your dreams and not those others. For this, we are going to need plans such as those of a Lego house. Think hard of those dreams. Objective ideas and divide them into these objective dreams, goals that do not belong to you, or things that are not yours, that maybe are from your parents, friends, school, the world, society. However, you want to impose you to dream, but you decide to adopt by social conviction and in dreams that do belong to you. Think about what you are going to have to do to achieve them, and finally, how long will you want to achieve them? And ask yourself if there is the pattern that is so safe if your short-term goals will help you to achieve your medium-term goals and those to the long term. And if it's not there, we have a problem because if they follow a pattern, it is very easy to achieve your dreams and goals. Look for a statement in your being that when you say it, when you write it and think about it, for example, the statement of my friend named Santiago is transform the education of my country. Step 4. Set your prices. From the moment you are born, that amount gives you prices, and as you grow, they give you more and more. And the more prices we have, the easier and bigger the life we want to build would be. I like to define congruence as when you say what you love, you when you say what you love what you say, you love what you do what you love, very easy. And you have to be super congruent with what you want to build and where you can look for your prices in friends, school, book, outdoors, even at parties. But what prices are you looking for? Think about what passions you already have, whether spiritual, intellectual, emotional, family, recreational, physical, occupational, and economic. The more you can learn, the more you can grow. Then think about what parts I need. Step 5. Build your team. Imagine that you're in a football game and there are five great positions: the defensive, the coaches, cheerleading, and you are the quarterback, the captain of the game of your life. Defensive has the task of scoring points, and you are his captain. Then, defensive in your life is all the people who are dedicated to helping you do what you have to do. Are all the people who are dedicated to attacking what you are attacking. The defense is all the people who, as long as you turn your back, are the ones who are going to care of you. They are people who do not the same as you. However, they allow you to do what is in your turn. The coaches take care that you win the game, and the best example is mom and dad. Those who tell us that we are doing right or wrong. Some teachers are not only with the class. The cheerleaders are those people who, no matter how you are doing, are cheering of you. The ones who cheers up in difficult times, and the best example is grandma. You have to think about who will be part of each of these teams. Step 6. This step is the more important than all of the previous ones, and that's because nothing happens until something moves. A great mentor always tells me to dream less and do more. So you have to be proactive to make these things happen. Since you have all the pieces, it is time to build what extremely specific actions you have to take. Visualize the life of your dreams and create your adventure book. And on the first pages, you will have all the things you have done in these 6 steps. This dream must have your dream, goals, and every key moment that will allow you to achieve your goals because that dream is yours and nobody else.